Ladies and gentlemen, game two. Game two shocked a lot of people. Game two of the NBA Finals shocked a lot of people. But unfortunately, it didn't shock me. And the reason why it didn't shock me is because I already spoke of this before the NBA Finals started. I believe I had already, like I said, I already had put up multiple Olos, and I told you guys my opinion, just as I predicted. Miami Heat was going to be in the finals. I said that even before the playoffs started, and well, just I said the Miami Heat are in the playoffs. And before the finals started, I had promised on the stream that I would put up a upload giving you guys my thoughts and my picks and who I think would come out victorious in the NBA Finals. And as I stated in that upload, and I believe it was a couple multiple uploads, I mentioned this, and I spoke on basically about the Miami Heat. I still have Miami Heat's the favorite to win this finals, ladies and gentlemen. And I said that this will be Jimmy Butler obtaining his first NBA Finals again, obtaining his first championship, obtaining his first ring. I said I had them Miami Heat winning this series 4-1 or 4-2. Now, the thing is, a lot of people were surprised and shocked by game two. I wasn't because I knew the Miami Heat was going to win. Um, the thing what I thought was interesting, which I did not put up a upload, I did not put up any content about this and regarding game one because a lot of people were it's just crazy how people were just talking crazy about the Miami Heat, talking about, oh, it's over, and it's over, and all this. And then we hear at the end of game two, now people are talking about, they shocked, Miami stunned Denver. I mean, you guys, I don't know what I mean, you guys are just don't know the scene where to make up your minds. You don't know which way you want to go with it. But I wasn't shocked because, as I said, if you guys already subscribed to the channel and you guys checked out the upload that when I spoke about the NBA Finals, I told you guys before. Matter of fact, it was the same day that the NBA Finals started. I had posted up and I put on the show. Posted up a video earlier that day. So it was several hours before the NBA Finals even started. Um, and if you think I'm BSing, you can go to the channel and check it out. And I believe one of them was called "What More Do You Guys Want from Jimmy Butler?" And that's where one of them. That's one of the videos where I spoke about the NBA Finals. And then there's a video I actually where it's titled the NBA Finals prediction or whatever. You go check that out and you'll see what I said. Now, as I told you guys, and what I think is very not being talked about is what I spoke on when I said that as far as Miami Heat winning this championship, I said that I had Miami the favorite to win this championship, and Miami can win this championship. I said, but their X factor, the key person in here, the person that would have to be that X factor. Okay, like I said, we know Jimmy Butler is going to do his thing, and Jimmy Butler is going to shine. But that X factor, I said, is not the boy that's been balling lately. I can't think of his name right now, but not him. Not the shooting guard or the point guard, whichever one he is. But it was going to actually be Bam Adebayo. I said that Bam Adebayo is going to have to be their X factor, which that means is we already know what the other players, role players on the Miami Heat are doing. We know what Jimmy Butler are doing, but Bam Adebayo has to be the X factor. And what that means is he has to be that extra contributor. As far as, like I said, he's not, we already know he's not going to be able to shut Djokovic down, as I spoke to you guys in a previous video when I talked about my the NBA Finals. I told you that he's not going to be able to stop just Jokic. Jokic is going to be able to do his thing. But I said at least limit what Jokic does in each game. And that's the way how he can be the X factor in this game. And just as I said, in game two, you came out, people were talking about all the other talk. We know what Jimmy Butler does. We know what he does. But then also everyone's talking about Vincent, as Gabe Vincent has been putting on a performance all throughout the playoffs as well. And, Adebayo hasn't. But I said it. That's why I said it. I called to you guys. I said that Adebayo would have to be the X factor in the final series, in this series, in order for Miami Heat to do what they need to do and what I think they're going to do, obtain their first championship. He has to be that X factor. He has to be that player that, saying that we already, like I said, Jimmy is going to shine. Jimmy is going to be the shine. If the Miami Heat win the championship, Jimmy Butler is going to be the Finals MVP. That's just hands down, regardless. But I'm talking about the X factor, that person that's next. Like, saying you have to have that person that's going to be able to put up what it's not going to be a spec, and it has to be Bam Adebayo. And he did a very good job today, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, Before we get into that, as far as the personal stats, we're going to go into, but definitely I'm going to go into one. I'll break it down to you guys what I said about Bam Adebayo is doing what I said that he needs to do in order for Miami Heat to be successful. And this is the reason why Miami Heat, what contributed to Miami Heat winning game 2 of this series. Now, we're going to go about with the score. Final score 111 Miami to the home team 108 Denver Nuggets. So, um, Miami Heat outscored Denver Nuggets by 3 points in total points scored, put up. In rebounds, the Denver Nuggets the Denver Nuggets out shined Miami Heat in the rebounds. Denver Nuggets put up 38 rebounds, and Miami Heat put up 31 rebounds. But Miami Heat had more assists. Miami Heat put up 28 assists in total. Denver only had 23 assists. Steals, Denver had 7. Miami only had 5 steals. In blocks, Miami put up 4 blocks. Denver put up 2 blocks. Now, this is surprising. The blocks are surprising. I would have figured that more blocks would have been put up by Miami, at least maybe like 8 or 9. But okay, that's fairly okay. You can see why the score is like that. Okay, but turnovers, 11 turnovers for Miami, 11 for Denver. Both teams put up a lot of turnovers on pretty much both of them. That's double digit numbers of turnovers by both of them. Field goal percentage, Denver 52% from the field goal. Miami Heat 48.7% from the field goal. Free throws, Miami basically 90% from the free throw range. They basically came out and did it. They were basically pretty much on point from free throw line. Denver Nuggets 86.4% from free throws. So Miami Heat definitely outshined Denver in the free throws. Three-pointer percentage. Now this one right here, this is part of the reason why Miami Heat won this game. This is what needed to be done. Miami Heat from 3-point percentage. Miami Heat put up a 48.6 free throw percentage throughout the whole entire game, compared to Denver Nuggets having a 39.3%. So Miami had a higher rated percentage in the three-point range compared to Denver, and that was a good thing. Now, this wasn't the only thing. This is just one thing. So that means, like I said, but Miami, they didn't just stick to 3-point. They were actually doing what they do, basically driving to the hole, the inside game. You had to mix it up. That was a good job by Miami. They mixed it up between the inside and the perimeter game, so that was a good job. So overall, I would say this game, like I said, it was like tick for tack. It was pretty from the overall stats, from the overall statistics. It pretty much was like even on both sides. Like certain points of the game or certain parts of the stats, Denver dominated by a little bit, and then certain parts Miami dominated by a little bit. So I mean, the game was very close. You could see the end results. It came down to the last shot, actually, between definitely last shot. So that tells you already right there. The first quarter, Miami put up 26 points. Nuggets put up 23 points. So Miami outscored Denver Nuggets in the first quarter. In the second quarter, Denver Nuggets outscored Miami 34 points, putting up 34 points. Miami only put up 25 points. Third quarter, Denver outscored Miami. They put up 26. Miami only put up 24 points. In the fourth quarter, Miami outscored Denver. They put up 36 compared to Denver only putting up 25 points, which led to a total score of 111 to 108, with Miami taking home the win. So pretty much, as I said, it was tick for tack. Pretty much, Miami outscored Denver in 2 quarters, and Denver outscored Miami in 2 quarters. So it was back. It was tick for tack. This didn't surprise. Definitely didn't surprise. Before we get into player stats, I want to just go. I want to speak a little bit just for about regarding what I said about Bam Adebayo. As I said, you guys, back to Bam Adebayo. Bam Adebayo is the X factor in this series. I think that Bam Adebayo needs to have. I mean, of course, you can't expect him every game to be putting up that amount of points, but we just need him to make sure, what I'm saying, that his defense is on point. And even if he's not putting up that, maybe he only putting up maybe like 10 or 12 points, but then getting like maybe 9 or 10 rebounds and getting maybe like several blocks. That's a good job right there. Putting that pressure on Djokovic, because he can't stop him, as I said. It'll be too much for people to expect Bam Adebayo to stop Djokovic. That's not going to happen. But you can keep him limited, limit him. Limit Jokic what he can do on that in each game. limit his success, and that's one of the ways Miami Heat can win this game. And Jimmy Butler, as I said, he came out doing what he needed to do, what he always does. I knew that was going to happen. You guys, you were not going to get 2 games from Jimmy Butler back to back in a row where he played like he played in the first game. I'm sorry, that wasn't going to happen. And what I like about Jimmy Butler is even when they were down a game, that he still is sticking to what he do. He's not trying to be just I want to just try to lead this team to victory. He's still spreading the ball around and getting the ball to his teammates. So I like that. I like that about Jimmy Butler. He really been doing this thing since this playoff started. So for the Denver Nuggets, we'll start with Denver. Denver total points, pretty much Jokic pretty much would carried the team with 41 points. Jamal Murray put up 18 points, and that was a controversial at the end of the game. As I said, it was Jamal Murray versus Jimmy Butler at the end. The last shot, Murray tried it for the 3 to try to tie the game up to force overtime, but Jimmy Butler was pretty much had the D. He was on him, so the shot was no good, and Miami went on to the lead. But as I said, Jokic did this thing with 41 points. Murray put up 18 points total. Bruce Brown put up 11 points. Christian Braun put up 6 points. Michael Porter Jr. put up 5 points. Caldwell Pope put up 6 points. Jeff Green put up 9 points. The veteran Jeff Green, getting only 16 minutes, still put up a decent 9 points with 1 assist and 1 rebound. 1 for 1 from the 3-point range. Aaron Gordon putting up 12 points and 7 rebounds and 2 assists. So that was pretty much the points scored, the personal stats team player stats for the Denver Nuggets. Now the Miami Heat points. Kyle Lowry put up a decent, had a pretty decent 9 points, 3 assists. So that was an okay game. We need more from him. Tyler Hero, of course, no stats. He hasn't played yet. Khalid Martin, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 points. Jimmy Butler, 9 assists. That was definitely what I just spoke on, you guys. He didn't try to play leadership. I love that. Jimmy's still spreading the ball around, not trying to play, just win the game by itself. Put up 9 assists, 4 rebounds, 21 points, 40 minutes. So good job for Jimmy Butler. Definitely decent stats for Jimmy Butler. Duncan Robinson, 10 points, 1 assist, 17 minutes. Decent for Duncan Robinson. Victor Oladipo not playing, of course. Bam Adebayo. Now, this is what we're going to get to. Matter of fact, before we get to Bam Adebayo, I'm going to come back to him. I'm going to save him for last. We're going to have Max Strus coming off the bench. Put up 14 points, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds. So good job for Max Strus. Gabe Vincent put up 23 points and had 3 assists. Very good job for him. That was good. We need that from him, putting up 20. And you had Kevin Love coming in on getting 22 minutes. Good minutes he had, putting up 6 points. Okay, the performance for 6 points, but he did good as far as getting 10 rebounds and 1 assist. So that was a good job for Kevin Love. And then we had Bam Adebayo putting up 9 rebounds. That's what you need from him, as I said, and 4 assists and 21 points. 21 points. Now, this is what I'm saying, you guys, why I told you guys X Factor. Bam Adebayo is the X Factor. Bam Adebayo having 9 rebounds, 4 assists, and getting 21 points. That's what the Miami Heat need from Bam Adebayo. This is what the Miami Heat need. They need Bam Adebayo to be the X Factor. That guy, that's that, like you say, that 6th man off the bench. Even though he's not off the, he's not the 6th man, but you guys get what I'm saying. I'm just making that was an infer right there, interference right there. He needs to be that X Factor, that other guy that, not everyone is talking about, but that guy that surprised the other team and surprised the fans in the league, that, right there, we need him to continue to be strong in this series right here in order for Miami Heat to for sure take home the trophy this year. Bam Adebayo, as I said, is the X Factor. We need him to now. Like I said, every game he's not going to put up 21 points. That's just not going to happen. He's not going to put up that high amount of number of points. But we need them rebounds from him. You need him to play that defense and limit Jokic to his points being scored. Now, what I thought was interesting and was good by the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat, they had 3 players in points and 20 plus points in game 2. 3 players. That was good. to have 3 players in 20 plus points in this game, and to have at least 3 to 4 players that had were made it at least double digit number of points. That was good. And this was good. This is what I talk about overall team play. This is all around team play. When the chips are down, when someone's injured, you have some backups. You have someone to come in and then fill in the spot. This is what the Miami Heat. This is how they're established. This is how they've been. This is how they've been put together, and this is why they are where they are. Even though everyone, the fans, everyone, the league, everyone has been, saying just basically disrespecting the Miami Heat, has been just overlooking the Miami Heat for like over the past 4 years. And while I don't understand how these guys have continued to be good for over the past 4 years, but that was pretty much all the personal scores. Now, just my final thoughts, you guys. As I said, I was not surprised that the Miami Heat won this game, you guys. This was, as I told you guys, I had Miami the favorites to win this game. There was no doubt, no question about it that I had Miami to win this series. I just think, as far as I said, if I mentioned in other videos, I told you guys that it's true. Yes, this is no shade towards the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets have been doing a phenomenal job, but the fact and the point I still can't ignore that this is Denver Nuggets' first time being in the NBA Finals. And even though the team is good, they got a good established team, and they've been dominating. They have the best record in the league this year. I'm sticking with what I'm saying. I'm taking experience, and I'm just saying, well, you can have that. I've seen it before in this sport, NBA, and in other sports as well, where a team that dominated in the regular season, but they didn't have that championship experience and getting and making it and being in a championship yet alone. I mean, you could just it can just crash and crumble. I mean, just this experience to actually being there in the championship game. I mean, I mean, you just don't know how it's not the same. And I'm just telling you guys, I just think that Miami has the experience, and they have the championship experience. Jimmy Butler has experience. This is not his first time being in the NBA Finals. So I mean, he was there in 4 years ago or 3 years ago, as you could say, against the Los Angeles Lakers in the bubble. So I'm just saying, and these players, a lot of these players on the Miami Heat, they was there too. So I mean, I just think that Denver not having the experience, and even their coach, he doesn't have the experience. He doesn't have the championship experience and all that. So I'm Spoelstra have the championship experience as well. So my pick was the Miami Heat. And I'm not even. This is not my team. Miami Heat's not my team. But I've stuck with my picks before the playoffs started. I said that Miami was my favorite on the East to make it to the finals. And the West was different. The West was definitely different. There was like a lot of things that were played there, and then we all know, what's been going on with the whole situation with LeBron James and everything. So we won't get into all that. But to wrap this show up, you guys, as I said, I was not surprised by this win. I knew that the Miami Heat was going to stun the Denver Nuggets. I knew it was going to happen. I knew the Miami Heat was going to come out and stun the Denver Nuggets. If you guys take a look at the Miami Heat throughout this whole entire playoffs, Miami Heat have broken history. They have set a record. They have done what no other team has done. No other team has done. And when I mean specifically is Miami Heat, all the games they all the different matchups they had in throughout the playoffs and in NBA Finals, but throughout this whole playoffs, do you guys realize that the Miami Heat have been on the road, and not just been on the road, but in this situation, being on the road, the home court advantage, they have been on the road the whole time. And the Miami Heat, this whole playoff series, and even in the finals now, do you know that the Miami Heat have not lost Miami Heat have not lost 2 games on the road in them first 2 games. In game 1 and game 2, Miami Heat have not lost 2 games in game 1 and game 2. None at all throughout the entire 2023 playoffs and in the NBA Finals. The Miami Heat, once again, the Miami Heat has not lost both games 1 and 2 at all this playoffs or the NBA Finals. Straight facts. You guys think I'm lying? Go look it up. You guys know how they stunt everybody. They stunt Milwaukee. They smashed on the Knicks and sent them back where they belong. And they smashed on Boston. They exposed Boston Celtics. They exposed Boston. And now I think that they're going to have the upper advantage on Denver. Now, as I said, I knew that I wasn't one of those that saying, "Oh, Miami, he was going to sweep Denver." No, I knew that wasn't going to happen. I said I think Denver was going to get at least 1 or 2 games. Now, a lot of people have this series going 7 games, and some have it going 6 games. Now, the reason why I said I didn't have the series going 7 games is because the fact that the Miami Heat already came off a 7 game series. And I know people say, well, hey, that doesn't matter. But I'm just saying, I think personally with the experience, I think that Denver is only going to win 2 games at the most in this series. I think that Miami is going to wrap this series up this year's NBA Finals 4-2, as I stated before in previous videos. Okay. And I also stated in my NBA Finals prediction on the day that the first day of the game one premiered, like several hours before the game started. I put up a countdown and I said this to you guys. I think that Miami is going to stun the Denver Nuggets 4-1 or 4-2 to take home the trophy this year. But I could be wrong, it could go 7 games. Even if it goes 7 games, I still got Miami. I mean, as I said, you guys, man, like I said, that is some truth and facts for y'all. Miami has not lost both Miami, none this 2023 playoffs. None have they lost both games, for both game one and game two. None at all. So that's one of the main reasons why I knew I wasn't shocked that the Miami Heat beat Denver Nuggets in game two. I wasn't shocked because Miami hasn't lost both game one and two at all this year in the playoffs. At all. So it was not shocking. I was not surprised. The problem is, you guys, when the number one team who has the best record and a team that dominated, and because Denver was swept the Lakers and was sitting for a minute, everyone just automatically expecting them like, oh, well, Denver has a better team, and plus Miami has players that's injured. I mean, you guys been saying this all playoffs, but Miami still have been proving people wrong. And the fact is, like I said, you guys are saying this about Denver, but like I said, hype is only hype. It doesn't matter when it's right there and it's in clutch time and situation. That's when it really counts. As I said, I've seen in this sport and other sports where the team that dominated the regular season, they came out and got spanked and got knocked out when it was in the championship time. But that's all I have for you guys. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to the show today. You guys have been showing much love and much love on some of my recent uploads for you guys. So much love to you guys. Always give thanks and appreciation. You guys for taking time out to tune into the channel and tune into the show. So I want to thank you all once again. If you like this video, go ahead and make sure to give this video a thumbs up so we can get this video more out there and get this channel more out there. If you're not subscribed to the channel already, make sure you go ahead and click that subscribe button and click that notification button so you'll be up to date when new content drop. And don't forget to share this video. So until next time, that's all I have for you guys. I'm out, you guys. Peace.